Chief, if you wouldn't mind, kind of explain what we know so far that happened here.
Okay, so what we have, based off of me viewing the video and based off of officers as well, is we had a group of young people, and altercation occurred, a fight between one male and another male, and as a result, one decided to make the bad decision and pull out a handgun and fire 2 shots. And so we have 2 victims that were struck by gunfire, a male 17 and a female 22, non-life-threatening, both non-life-threatening. And so our officers, it happened at 10:04, right before the fireworks started. I had officers right in the area. They responded immediately and aided the injured, and actually, based off of a description, did apprehend or detain one young person. And so we have since determined that that person was not involved and is not a suspect. But however, we do have great video. And so as a result of having video, which I have just viewed, I can tell you, and I will provide it to the media as well, but the suspect shooter was wearing a navy blue hoodie and long sleeves, of course, had on navy blue shorts and looked like some white Air Force Ones. And so that's the shooter, where the video showed gun in hand, muzzle flash. And then he had a individual that was with him as well that is wearing all white shirt, white pants, white shoes, and they both fled into the parking structure right here. They have subsequently, and they're still out, but we do expect to have them apprehended shortly. And so I definitely would encourage them to turn themselves in. As I said, I have good video, and we will ensure that you get that so that everybody will know exactly who they are.
Both males, both Caucasian, white,
Nope,
black?
so they're black males, medium complected, and they look to be between 5'8" and 5'10", and both slim build.
Do we know where the victims were struck and their condition?
Yep, one victim was struck in the hand, from what I'm being told, and another victim was struck in the legs.
Are they considered non-life-threatening injuries at this time?
Non-life-threatening injuries, and so this was outside of, we had Spirit Plaza, we had Hart Plaza, and one of the things that we do in preparation is ensuring that individuals go through metal detectors, and so that it's a gun-free zone. And so I've been out here walking all night, walking through Hart Plaza, and it was good in there. Everybody felt comfortable, and in Spirit Plaza as well. And so here was just outside of a clean zone, but when I'm going before City Council asking for, clean zones and, making sure that areas where people can view it safely, this is the reason that we ask.
In fact, there's some literally across the street, are there not? Some of those detectors right there?
Yep, right over there.
So this was just feet away from that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep, and I had, like I said, the whole department is working. I have officers everywhere, and I can tell you that officers were right there to the injured within a minute.
How large of the group are we talking about where this skirmish occurred?
It was a lot of people,
Yeah.
densely concentrated. So, of course, when the shots rang out, we had a lot of people running. But thanks to video, we're able to zoom in and see exactly who was doing what. And so know exactly who they are based off the pictures. I don't have names yet, but I'll have names shortly. And we'll push it out to the public so that the public will be able to help DPD identify the individuals.
And we ourselves, as well, Chief, saw some fights breaking out tonight. How many fights are we aware about, and what goes through your head when you see that type of violence?
I've been working on fireworks for 30 years, and I can tell you that tonight, was less than I've seen in the past. And so I don't have any details of where anybody got seriously injured except for this. And so our officers, we were there to break up any fights that occurred ASAP. As you can see, we're heavy concentrated when it comes to officers here.
We witnessed, Go ahead. We witnessed a panic after it. Was anybody injured in the kind of run from the scene, trying to run to safety at all that you're aware of?
I haven't heard of anything like that. The only thing I did hear of in Spirit Plaza, somebody suffered a seizure, and so they hit their head. But we have, like I said, we have the fire department, we had our paramedics, we have our EMTs, and they were able to aid the injured ASAP.
What's your message to folks that, you know, are now weary of maybe coming to the 4th of July fireworks next year?
Oh, it was thousands and thousands and thousands of people here, and I will tell you that they all had a great time. You know, they were in our clean zone, so if you talk to the people that were in Hart Plaza and that were in Spirit Plaza, you know, they'll give you a different message. So, you know, it was a lot of people who just enjoyed it. It only takes one knucklehead. It only takes one person, you know, to make a bad decision. And so we're here and we'll respond to it, and we will hold individuals that choose to do that strictly accountable. And I would encourage everybody, it was still a safe event.
Chief, can you kind of just walk us through one more time what happened? We got here late, we're on the other side. Just a quick brief rundown of what took place.
So right here behind me, right between this crime scene tape, that crime scene tape, right about the middle, you had a physical altercation take place between two males. As a result, one decided to pull out a handgun and fired approximately 2 shots. And the bullets ended up striking, I guess, his intended target, but also striking a female who was not involved in the altercation, and both suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect, wearing blue hoodie, like navy blue shorts, white gym shoes, fled on foot into this parking garage. And so I have video of him, and he also had a friend with him as well that was wearing all white. They're both African American, slim build, and like I said, have great video. I'll provide it to the media as well so that you can push their photos out, and so that you can help us put pressure on them to turn themselves in. So in short order, we'll be holding them accountable.
Thank you, Chief.
I know this may be preliminary, but we're also possibly hearing some of your officers involved in a crash on Holbrook and Chrysler. Do you have any information on that?
So I have to get more information, but I did check with my officer, and so what I'm being told is non-life threatening, and that possible a wrist injury, maybe fractured wrist, but a vehicle struck one of my officers out doing traffic. And I just want to say that the men and women of the Detroit Police Department, I could not be more proud of them. They were out here. The whole department has to work, and so they're out here. They are superheroes, and, you know, working to keep folks safe, keep vehicle and traffic moving, and that's what they do.
So that person was outside of a vehicle doing traffic when they were struck. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks a lot,
guys.
Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Appreciate you, man.